Is recording? Okay, welcome to Working Apply. It's the 13th meeting, and we are July 10, 2018. It's gonna be a short meeting because it's just me and Jenny. So I think we'll go over the tasks and see where we are. Okay, let's create these. Okay. So I know that some of the PRs that you've made, Jenny, have been reviewed and merged. So let's look at it. Yay. This is done. 51 is done. Thank you, Jenny. What about this one? Oh, that's mine. Yeah, that's not done. That's close to being done. Are all of these done? Okay, looks like it is. Okay, cool. So this is almost done. I think we should be ready for. I don't know if this one's done, but we should be ready to announce a alpha version and maybe demo in 6CLI and how it's actually done. In 6CLI and SIG API machinery. So I'll try to prepare a demo and I'll try to plan for that and maybe send an announcement to some people. I don't know what else we should do for the apply demo and alpha. We should also make a list maybe of what is in the alpha version and what's missing. I'll try and work on that this week, but I also want to move forward with try-on. So let's look at try-on. This is almost merged, I'm hoping. And this is something I'm working on. I think I should attest to this. Jenny, you're working on that. And to be honest, I would be happy if we merge all of this week. But we can look at other things we could do. Is there anything else try-on related? Good morning. We're almost done.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's me and Jenny, so okay. We're pretty much up to date already. We're just looking at the tasks and making sure we forget nothing and deciding what needs to be done this week. I'm looking at things we could be missing. No, all of try-on is here. So basically the idea is we're going to focus on try-on this week.
Okay.
And we all have things to do.
What about this number 67?
67.
It's been there for a while. I don't know if that is critical or not.
It's important, but we should be done with try-on first.
Okay.
The goal is to get try-on done, and then we can move on, I think.
Can we go out? That is the only thing that we need to complete before going out alpha, whatever?
No, alpha I think is good.
Okay.
We have this item 553, and so I was talking about that. I think we're ready for that. So I'll send an email to SIG API machinery 6CLI. I'll probably prepare demos for both these meetings.
So next meeting for C API machinery is not this Wednesday, next one.
That's great. That gives me time
Okay.
to prepare. And same for CLI. Okay. Cool. So I will try to plan that for next week.
That's very good.
We also need, so part of this announcement, we need to know exactly what we do, what this alpha version does, and what it doesn't, what's missing.
Okay.
I want to be very clear on this does this, but it doesn't do that.
Sounds good. How much more time do we have to merge this into 112? Do you know when is the core code?
That's very important. Yes, I think it's end of August, mid-August, maybe.
Really? That far away?
I hope so.
I thought was shorter. Whatever is Kubernetes was shorter than the rest of the entire ecosystem, and was only like 6 weeks.
It's 3 months, I think.
But it's the half for Kubernetes, right? Because they feature freeze everything.
Right. But feature freeze, we don't care because this should be included.
Okay.
And I think, and code freeze
this is not a new feature.
Well,
from the conceptual point of view,
we already prepared and announced the feature, so I think that's good enough. And that code freeze is probably in August.
No, okay, then we are good. I was worried that we had only 6 weeks, and a couple of weeks already went by. Okay.
It's we have to rush. Yes.
Okay.
We'll have to move fast.
Very good.
Especially since I would like to sort of merge the alpha version of Apply into 112. That starts to be ambitious, I feel. We can't merge it the way it is today, so we need to work more on Apply if we want to merge back the branch. But I think it'd be ideal if we could merge the branch back into 112, before 112. But let's make sure that dry run is in 112. I think that's the most important. So let's focus on dry run, and then we'll go back to Apply, which has a lot of things to be done.
Is Sean doing anything else on this?
No, I think he's out. It's completely. This crash is. We could remove this line, to be honest. There you go. One last thing.
If you guys think that we are going to need more hands, don't tell me the last week before.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about that. Because
anybody that joins this, needs to ramp up, understand what you guys are doing.
Yes. Yeah, it might be a good idea.
Let's think about it. Maybe we make a decision this week.
Yeah.
It's not also that I have 2,000 options to give you people.
No, of course not.
It's, as we say in Spanish, we take the recipes from one saint and we put it into another saint. But yeah, it's needed. This is important.
Yeah, let's think about it.
Cool. Very good.
So yeah, dry run, Jenny knows what to do. She's working on the admission chain, and I'm working on the storage. The query param is mostly reviewed. I'm fixing a couple of needs, and then we should be good. I've also worked, and this is not here, on dry run on kubectl. This is probably less critical, but sort of critical. I mean, we need the server side first, but this is going to be useful on the client.
This is client side dry run. It's not the parameter that you just send when you do.
Well, it's mostly that. It's sending the parameter.
Okay.
But
we're not going to have a version of dry run that runs on the current version, like resolves everything local. And
we'll have both.
Really?
Especially at the beginning.
Okay.
So that we can have the default doesn't change, the alpha version you can specify, but you don't have to. And then later, I need to write a plan on that. Later, I think the -- dry run, the default is going to be server.
Yes.
And you will be able to do -- local, which is already an option in kubectl, which is going to be the local dry run, the one we already have.
How are you? Okay, you know more than me.
No, but questions are okay.
Is there any concern about the the logic being the same on the server side and the client side and keeping them in sync?
No, the logic is very different. Like the client side dry-run does nothing because it knows about nothing.
Right.
So for example, if you're trying to do something like a patch and you do dry-run, it's just going to do a get, and that's pretty much it. Or like,
okay, but
so it's very simple.
It's part of the contract, and the customer knows that, or whatever the user knows that if they do dash dash local, what they are getting is
Yes.
best effort. Whatever.
Yes, which what they have today is not super useful, and what they'll have to more when they do dash dash dry-run dash dash local is going to be not super useful. But they don't have a server, so there is that much we can do anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. And we don't have any news from Michael. This needs to know, and that's honestly pretty. Yeah, it's not big. It's big, but it's not big. Make that an 8.
Can we follow up on him?
Yeah, but his data is 6. So,
Oh.
I mean, oh, and also Sunil from Apps Lifecycle is working on these too.
Okay.
So I think he's kind of joining Michael on this, and he's trying to sync up, but it's hard.
Okay.
But somebody else is working on it, and it's not super critical. I don't think we have anything else to add to this sprint. We're good to go. Do you want to add something, Johnny? Nothing to add. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you for running this.